Today Baba says, swing in the swing of love, and all hard work will automatically finish. Do you find that Sangam Yugi effort and Sangam Yugi Seva is hard work? Yes, sometimes, so even Brahmin children, they feel that Purusharth is hard work, getting up in the morning is hard work, or staying pure is hard work, or winning over your sanskars is hard work. And those who do seva, they understand that, sacrificing your body, mind, wealth, sometimes it looks like hard work. But why does it look like hard work? Because you don't do it with love. Love makes everything easy. And you see, it's a very classic example that when there are visitors at home and the lady has to cook, and then the visitor is from her mother's place, then you see she cooks with love and it's very easy. But when it's from her in-laws' place, and if there is no love, then it becomes very difficult, because it is love that makes it easy or difficult. So Baba says that when you have love for me, then whatever you do, and you see not just love for Baba, but when you have love for Baba and you have love for your own self, not the body conscious kind of love, but when you have love for your own self, own growth, when you have love for your future form, when you have love for your worldly family, you see your universal brotherly family, when you have love for all of these things, then everything looks very easy. And I feel that whenever I take classes, there are many times, when there is one single person sitting in the class, and then I do it with all my zeal and enthusiasm and everything. And then sometimes, I've been told that, why do you make so much effort? There was just one person, you could go easy. But there is this love that makes labor very easy. It's not difficult. When you have love for the soul who's sitting in front of you and you want to bring benefit to that soul, then, making that effort to explain every little thing and taking care to explain every little thing, that becomes very easy. So Baba says that whatever efforts you make, whether it is for seva, whether it is for swa-purusharth, it becomes easy when there is love. Now let me ask myself, do I have love for Baba? Because when you, and especially I have felt this in Madhuban. So when you go to Madhuban and you see so many Brahmins, and every Brahmin has love for Baba. But some Brahmins have more love for Baba than others. And you can see that, and that kind of love for Baba. And if you ask yourself, how much do I love Baba? Because you see, love is based on recognition. Love is not an emotion. When ye when we talk about the 7 qualities of the soul, first quality is knowledge. Where there is knowledge, there is purity, there is peace, there is love. Yes, so the 4th quality is love. Knowledge, purity, peace, then love. Why? Because until you recognize Baba, until you make your heart clean, you cannot have that love for Baba. Because in bhakti, the love that we have had for Baba was very selfish. Yes, it was mostly because of what Baba gives us, not because this is Baba, this is God. So in the earlier times when bhakti started, then bhakti was defined by prem ras. So there was pure love for God. And you see, we hear the stories of Meera, and Meera drank poison for love of God. But later on, as we took birth after birth, that love got adulterated. Just like the soul, as the quality of the soul diminishes, the love also diminishes and it becomes corrupted. So then there is love for God, but it's mostly because of selfish reasons. So you want something from God and you think that God is some kind of a instrument to give you what you love. So you love God not as the aim, but as the instrument who gives you what you love. That's the kind of love we have had for several births. But just when you sit and you think about it, when you really churn on how much you've loved Baba in the early days of your bhakti, and do you think you were Meera? How many of you think that I could have been Meera, who loved God so much that you couldn't think about anybody else but God? So that kind of love I had, because Baba says we are the ones who did all the stages of bhakti. So just think about the kind of love you had for God when bhakti was unadulterated. And I'll share one experience from my own life, that I have never done bhakti in this birth. And I have not given a lot of thought about God in this birth before coming into Gyan. But I remember when I came to Gyan, there was this, I don't know whether it was the person who was giving me the course who said something, or it was a commentary playing, I don't remember that. But in that commentary, there was a description, or whether it was spoken by the Didi who was taking the course, or it was the commentary which was recorded. But in that commentary, there was a whole description of how I have spent 63 births looking for God, and how much I have, toiled, and how much I have, labored and made effort to look for God. And I remember when I was listening to that and I was meditating, I was crying badly. And after that commentary was over, I thought, I have not done any bhakti in this birth, then where is this whole emotion coming from? And I thought, and that was the first time I felt that, there is a part of me which I'm not aware of, but it exists, and in that part of me, there is a whole memory of how much I have labored to find Baba. And maybe in this birth that whole memory is not very fresh, but there is a part of me. And when I was listening to it, my heart was all full of, or it was overwhelmed and tears were coming out of the eyes. And if you really think about it, when you sit and think about it, then you remember that I've done this bhakti and I have really searched for Baba. I did not know that Baba is a point of light. I did not know why I love Baba so much. But I have loved Baba. And I remember there was this one Mata, she shared a very beautiful experience. She said that, Didi, I was a Shiv Bhakt. And she said that, once when we were sleeping on the floor at night, so there were many guests at home and we were all sleeping on the floor, then one cobra, so it climbed on my leg, and I could feel that snake climbing. But I had so much love for Shiv Baba, because she was a Shiv Bhakt and she thought that that snake snake belongs to God. So she said, I was not scared. And then I just felt it was climbing. So I told somebody to switch on the light. And then when they were removing it also, I was telling them, be very, soft with that snake. I don't want it to get hurt. And then she said, when she was doing the course, at that time, when she got the introduction of Shiv Baba, then she felt that, the Baba has kept sending his messengers always, and now Baba has come directly. And then this experience she shared with me after 10 years of Gyan. She's been an old Baba's bacha now. So after 10 years, once I asked her, what did you understand while doing the course that made you belong to Baba? So she said, when I was just listening to Shiv Baba's Parichaya, I thought this is that same Baba, whose mandirs I used to burn, just run to, and who used to send his messengers to me all the time. And that Baba has now come, and now he's giving me his introduction, and now I know who he is, and now I have to belong to him. And so if you think about how much you have remembered Baba in Bhakti, and Baba today in the Murli says that I have been your beloved, I am your beloved. And we children have not loved anybody more than Baba. And you see, in every relationship also, who have we been looking for? We've been looking for Baba. So, for 63 births, the love that we look for is the love that Baba gives us in Sangam Yuga. And then just think about Baba's love. And you see, these days, there is a very distorted idea of love. Love is all about gifts and chocolates and, hugs and compliments and I don't know what. But that's not love. True love is what Baba gives us. And just think about the education that Baba gives us. Think about how much sustenance Baba gives us. Think about how Baba teaches us how to think, how to live, how to do everything. At every step, Baba guides us. Baba is removing me from sorrow and taking me to a world of happiness. Baba unconditionally accepts me as I am and then improves me. Baba never says, oh, why are you like this? Baba says, you are like this and I know your whole story. So I have no complaints with who you are. Just focus on who you want to be. And when you think about, how much Baba loves you, and you think about the various expressions of Baba's love, because you see, love is not about what you think it is. I remember there was this one incident where there was a father and daughter, and they had had a fight, and they were not talking to each other. But you know what the father did? There was a table fan, and he just moved it towards the daughter because it was hot, and he thought that she should be in anger, but she shouldn't be hot. So, she shouldn't feel the heat. So he just turned that table fan towards her, and then he kept fighting with her. He said, "No, but you also said this, you shouldn't be doing this." And then she said, "You see how my father behaves with me." I said, "I absolutely saw how your father behaves with you." He's concerned about you not feeling the heat even when you are having an argument with him. So you see, so we don't, love can be felt if you really look a little deeper. Sometimes, when we are very body conscious, we don't recognize love. We recognize only the false expression of love, and that which is a trap, and you think that this is love. But that's not love. True care, true love, true acceptance. Somebody is working to make you better, your life better, you better. That's love. And when you think about how much Baba loves you, you have deep love for Baba. Because I think, love is also something that is reciprocal. So when you receive love, then there is a sanskar in you that you love them back. So I think when you think about how much Baba loves you, then you again come back to that experience of how much you love Baba. And when you have this heart full of love for Baba, then doing what Baba says becomes very, very easy. And then you wake up in Baba's love, because you see, you wake up to enjoy the company of the one you love. So you're not doing it for any logic or for any reason, but you're doing it because of love. So do you get up because of love? Do you eat the food because Baba eats the food that he asks you to eat? So when you eat together with Baba, when you get up together with Baba, when you do seva with Baba, when you become pure because you feel that's the only method to feel close to Baba, then you do everything with love. And Baba says, just keep swinging on the swing of love, and then Sangam Yugi life will be like, hard work is a very, very far away word, but it will be like the easiest life. And then I think also, when you have love for your own self, so, when you have love for you, the soul, then also doing something that makes you a deity is not difficult. Yes, when you love yourself, when you know that whenever you're following Srimad, you are improving yourself, you're becoming the best version of yourself, then when you have love for yourself, and you see there is this false idea of self-love that's going around. And people think that self-love is all about going and spending at the beauty parlor and getting pampered with massages and foot massages and this and that, or buying dresses for yourself or buying jewelry for yourself. But that's not self-love, because it doesn't make you feel better about yourself permanently. But when you do what Baba says, it increases your Swaman. And that is an expression of self-love, making the effort that makes you feel better about yourself permanently. So when you love yourself and you understand that following Srimad is also an act of self-love, then that effort becomes very easy. And when you have love for every soul in the world, because you see every soul is a brother soul, then caring for them, giving spiritual care, giving spiritual sustenance to them, whether it is in the form of knowledge or pure love or guidance or support or cooperation, it becomes very easy. And that is seva. You see, seva comes from love for the family, for the universal family. When you have love for every soul in the world, then seva becomes very natural to you. You feel that, this whole universal family needs to know Baba and they need to feel the love that Baba gives you. So, in love, the labor, the hard work becomes very easy. So, I would ask you to note this and henceforth do everything in love, not as some direction, some logic, nothing. Doing it with love. You love somebody, the love is the biggest logic. When somebody asks you, how can you do so much? Because you love Baba. When you love Baba and there is love in your heart for yourself, your future form, your family, then this comes naturally to you. And I remember, my Lokik mother, she never took rest. She was always doing something or the other for the family. And every time I used to ask her, why are you killing yourself for everybody? I felt like, she doesn't have a life and she's just killing herself for everybody. I used to really get mad at her and I used to ask her, why are you just killing yourself for everybody? And she would say, Mera aur hai hi kaun? Who else is there for me? And then I didn't understand that earlier, and that's the one reply she would give always. Mera aur hai hi kaun? Mera aur hai hi kaun? And then you see, when I came to Baba, I realized that when you understand that Baba is your world, then there's nobody other than Baba for you. And because Baba is your world, then Baba's children, all souls are part of your family. So what will you do? You will serve with love. What else can you do? So this is what Baba says. And then today Baba says that when your heart is full of all attainments, then you don't feel the upheaval, where even when there is some upheaval, then it doesn't disturb you because your heart is full of all attainments. Just like, a vessel that is full doesn't shake. So it's like that. And Baba says that just emerge all the attainments that we get from Baba. Sit in the awareness of all the attainments that you get from Baba. Because you see, Baba is giving us so much of, he's filling our aprons with all treasures. Baba is giving us the finest knowledge, filling us with the greatest experiences. He's giving us the love, the peace that the world is searching for, the super sensuous joy. He's giving us the sense of power which nobody else can feel. But do we keep this in our awareness? Because you see, when awareness is lost, everything is lost. Yes, and I think, in this day and age, the most important challenge is keeping what you have in awareness. And in the world also people say, write a gratitude journal. And why write a gratitude journal? Because when you write a gratitude journal, you bring those things, those attainments in your awareness which you forget. Yes, so mostly, you receive a lot, but then you forget about it. And then you say, I've not got this, I've not got that. So whatever you don't have, your attention goes to that. So it is recommended that you write a gratitude journal. But if you write a gratitude journal about perishable attainments, yes, then you cannot always be grateful for them because they come and go, right? So yesterday you are thankful that there is clean running water in your house, and today the water is not there. So then you have nothing to be grateful about. Then you find other things. But slowly the perishables will be perishing. So that's why Baba says, now maintain a gratitude journal about the imperishable gifts that Baba gives you. So, just bring into your awareness how much you know which the world doesn't know. Yes, how much you have which the world doesn't have. So you have the love of all relationships from Baba. You have every formula to win over, all kinds of shortcomings, Maya, everything you have. And you have the knowledge that which if you apply, you can change from a human to a deity. But bring this into your awareness, and then you will feel full. And when you feel full, then you don't shake when there is upheaval. And I'll share one experience with you. So there was this one brother, he told me that, Didi, I never valued money, position, power, but I always valued my family. And he said that because my family was together, so my wife, my children, we were all fine. So I could handle many losses in the business. And whenever, something was lost, I just had this one thought that what is most valuable is not lost. So what is less valuable is lost. But then he said, my son died. And then he said, now Didi, I'm shattered. And now I don't know what to do, because now that which was most valuable is lost. And this has left me, in pieces. And I don't know how to move forward from this. So I've come here and I want to do the course and this and that. So you see that, it's about what you value always. Yes. And when that which you value is intact, then you don't mind losing that which is not valuable. So when Baba says, just think about the attainments that Baba has given you, do you value those attainments the most? Do you understand that everything that's physical and you have attained it, that will even, you see in the case of that brother, family is a perishable thing. It's not going to be there forever. So you value one thing over the other, but you value one perishable thing over the other perishable thing. So then one time in your life you will be shaken up. But when you understand that the most valuable treasures are the ones that Baba gives me, and they are the imperishable treasures. And when you value Baba, when you value Baba's company, when you value the fact that you are with Baba, and then when everything is lost, also nothing is lost. And then you can handle any upheaval, and you will still be in that state where you say, I have not lost everything, anything, I have everything that I wanted to attain. And I remember there was this one sister, she's a surrendered sister, and she shared one experience with me. She said, I had a bad accident, and in that accident, I was lying alone on the road. So I hit there was a big bump, and then I was on the scooty and I fell, and then I was lying on the road, and then that scooty was gone and it was not working anymore. And then I just, when I got awareness, I just asked myself, am I fine? Is my mind working? Is my buddhi working? Is Baba still with me? Can I remember Baba? So then when I'm fine, I can remember Baba, nothing has happened. It's all good. And then I remembered Baba on that road lying in that position. And then as I remembered Baba, I felt like everything is good. And then I got up on my own, and then I walked up to a place where there was a phone booth, and then I called somebody for help, and then I received help. But she said, I had no trauma of that, and I very proudly share this incident everywhere in class. So, you know why? Because when you understand that, when you really emerge that your greatest attainment is that you are a soul, your mind is working fine, your buddhi is fine, your sanskars are on your side, Baba is there with you, you know your Adi Madhya Ant, it's the best, the greatest, that's the biggest attainment. And when you remind this always, it stays emerged. We all know this, but you have to always practice this. Practice to remember, to remind yourself of your attainments. And when you keep doing that, they are there in an emerged form. And then whatever upheaval there is, they cannot take away your state of happiness and contentment. So this is what Baba tells us. And then Baba today tells us that it has been told that God causes calamities, and natural calamities in the law book, they are called acts of God. But Baba says, I don't do anything to hurt you children, so they are not my acts. I don't cause any storms or any floods or anything. They are there in the drama. And I come here to give you a world of happiness. I establish that world. And these things are done by the force of nature. And Baba says, I have got nothing to do with that. And you must always remember that Baba, the father, never destroys his children. He would never do anything to hurt or cause pain to his children. He is the bestower of happiness. So that's the part of drama, and I don't do that. So this is what Baba clarifies. Okay, Om Shanti.